Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in once again. I'm Demis Tonna. To the right of me, Mr. Scott Dixon. To the left of me, Coqqos Schembri. Lads, as you both know, both aware, we've had some great, exciting fights from you both.
Yep.
The first one back in September 2015, and then the rematch in March 2016, which, as we know, Scott, it's no good, we can't hide about things. After that fight, you got a 4-year ban. Yep. Obviously, a bit unfortunate.
Yep.
That obviously, just for people to know, Scott did not take his test. It was straight after a fight. There was several reasons why he didn't do it, and obviously he got a ban for that. So it's not as if he did something wrong. It's just he didn't turn up for his test. 4 years have gone. They've flown by, mate.
Yeah,
faster
than I thought. Yeah,
we have got a bit older though, haven't we?
I feel younger.
Well, I don't, mate. I feel older. I definitely look older. 4 years have gone by. He wasn't even shaving 4 years ago, was he? Now he is. So Scott, basically, mate. 4 years have gone by. Christian won the last fight, which obviously was a little bit. It could have went both ways. A very close fight, just like the first one. Just like the first one.
Now we settle it.
Listen,
once and for all.
So 4 years have gone by. Christian has been active for 4 years. He's boxed, out of Malta, in the UK, in Switzerland, or whatever. You've just been grinding in, doing your thing, training your boys, training yourself, as I know, as you do. You're a boxer, mate. That's what boxers do. If it's in the ring or not, you're always there. I know you're active, and you can see, you're in great shape. Obviously we look a bit older, but you're in great shape. You're in great shape, Scott. So just tell me, what can you do better? What can you do better to make it more convincing to beat Christian?
Just this time has to be more convincing. Last time I kind of sat off the gas a bit, tried to box it to a conclusion. And I think that's what made it so close in the end, because I was just content to hit and move and cover up and not work as hard as I should have. The last 2 fights, they were great fights, they were great for the crowd.
Yeah, of course they were.
But I feel as if I could have just exerted myself a little more to make it more clearer to the public and obviously for myself, with my boxing ability. This time, no, there'll be no excuses. I put my work in just like Christian does. He's a real grafter. But this time I put 110%. And then let me see, the best man wins on the night.
So you're saying last time you didn't? Last 2 times you didn't put the work?
No, I put the work in, but I never boxed to the way I should have. In the way that I tried to box it and move. I should have stood my ground a bit more, picked better counter punches.
So basically,
but everybody, no matter how many fights you had, you always find a fault.
To put it clear for
We're
Christian,
our own worst critic,
Just to put it clear for Christian, so he doesn't get the wires crossed. What Scott's trying to say is not that he slowed down or anything. He saw his mistakes and he thinks that he can build on them.
Just on my game, on my game, I should have raised that a little bit. I wasn't happy, but hey.
How do you feel, Chris? As a boxer, I know from September to March, there's only 6 months. Yes, people can change in 6 months. Of course they can, and you did, and you showed that. I think you both were better boxers the second time round. It was a lot of better fight, and you showed you both improved. As much as a person can improve in 6 months. But 4 years have gone by. You've grown up into you're not a bigger boy now. I know you're stronger.
I'm actually going down the weight division. I'm going up to face him again.
Exactly, but you're stronger. You feel strong. You look strong. You look healthier. How do you think there's going to be the difference? What should Scott be concerned about?
Well, he should be concerned about I've gone up another couple of other levels or 3. I mean, he's got probably more experience than I will ever get in boxing, and probably he's forgotten more about boxing than I know. But I've traveled quite a bit now. I know my thing. I work hard. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm bad at. I saw the first fight last time, and I was disgusted with my performance. I watched it for the first time in like 3 or 4 years.
So that's the March show or the September?
The September show.
The first one, where you stood in for Tyron Borge, because Tyron Borge had the injury.
Exactly.
And you stood in.
Yeah.
Okay.
On 2.5 weeks notice, I think it was, or 2 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah.
So yeah, I think, it's going to be a lot different. Skill-wise at least, I've gone up quite a bit of levels.
How old are you, Christian?
Now 27, I'm still
27.
young.
So you talk, that was 5 years ago. So you were a 22-year-old boy, the first fight. 22-year-old boy.
I had only been boxing for like 3 years back then.
That's right. But you both had a great fight. But we can't take away anything from this man. For me, Scott Immortal, he's a legend in boxing.
He's a legend. If it wasn't for him, people would still be trading in the pocket like this. As he showed us boxing.
Thank you.
We can't take him away from that. But Scott, as we both know, we've just seen Mike Tyson training. We've seen clips of him for like 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. Because we know if they do any longer than that,
he's gassed out.
He'd fall on the floor.
This is age.
So and then we saw Holyfield where we had a couple of minutes and he looked like an old man. Okay, so how much does this take out of us? I can't box anymore. I'm going to be honest with you.
Listen, I'm 43, but it's how you feel. You like these sometimes. Some days you feel sluggish. Some days you feel good. As long as we fight on the day I feel good, I've kind of half made it. Anything can happen in the fight game. Experience cannot buy experience. But sometimes. When you're slowing down a bit, you're getting older. You can see the shots, but you can't quite execute them. But you know it's there. But you just can't pull that thing you need.
That's the sharpness.
But hey, that's a chance we take.
But when you've got a 27-year-old boy in front of you, someone who trains. Okay, we're not talking any other 27-year-old boy in Malta. We're talking about Coqqos Schembri, who, in my eyes, is the most dedicated to the sport and definitely trains the hardest, and he will finish as he starts off.
Of course.
So does that
what
not
you see is what you get with Chotto.
Does that not concern you that you got?
Yeah,
10
he's going to keep coming
rounds?
at me for 10 rounds like Pac-Man. I know he's going to keep coming, and so I need to be in condition. It's going to be a great fight. First two were good. Now the last one, I'm sure we can put it to rest. Either way, I'm 43. I'm not getting any younger.
You've got nothing to lose.
But I've still got some fight in the old dog,
The
show ain't over till the fat lady sings, man, and she ain't singing yet, So hey, here we go.
Exactly. So what are your predictions?
Predictions.
Yourself? I hate this word, but I
know. Listen,
public want to hear
I'm
it.
no Nazim Hamed. I don't like all that prediction, but hey, listen, I'm going to do my work. God willing, I'm going to get the result. That's what I'm asking, because closed doors is a different fight. That's what I need to state my case. Closed doors, there's no crowd going, yay, every time you hit a glove. Yeah, that's a different fight.
That's what sways the judges. Of course, I agree with you totally.
I jump at this chance.
Yeah.
Behind closed doors, that's the only way to do it for me.
I was talking the other day.
Listen, I don't mean anything bad by that. But you know how a spectator who don't know boxing and the guy hits a gun, they go, yeah, go, good shot. Good shot. Yeah. You understand?
Yeah. Exactly.
For me, that's a leveler. So that's why I'm happy.
That I was talking to a fan the other day.
I could say the same thing about the first fight where I hit you with shitloads of right hands and they didn't count with the judges apparently.
Yeah, that's the same. Exactly.
Show me the video.
That's why.
Watch it together.
Chris, that's why. Now listen, when he says that, it goes both ways. So
of course,
and it goes for any fight, not just your fight in general. Man. For any fight, like when there was Brendan with Raheem, or you with Richard, and the fans always, especially if you've got fans behind you and there's judge,
they see a hand moving.
If they're on the fence and you've got a crowd going crazy for this guy in the blue corner, he's probably going to give it to the blue corner round, Yeah. So it's a different story.
This is a different fight.
Yeah,
this is a new test of character. Yeah. This is a different fight. Believe me when I tell you this is a different fight, man.
I think you both know me. I can fight in the name.
No, nobody's doubting you, mate. We know you're going to be there. We're going to do your work.
I'm not doubting you either, man. George Foreman won a world title at 46 years old, so I'm not counting you out.
Who did he fight, Christian?
What?
Who did he fight?
George Foreman.
Tommy Morrison, no?
Didn't fight you, did he?
No, that's not me for sure.
So what about you, Chris? What can you think you can do better from and more convincing That it doesn't have
This
to.
fight, I know I need to use my jab more because in the first and second fight I barely used one. I need to use my head movement more, and I need to follow up on my attacks because in the first fight especially I had a lot of moments where I just let the fight get away from me. Like I throw a combination like 2 or 3 punches, some might land, some might not. He's walking away, and instead of continuing to attack, I just back off and look at him like he's some majestic, I don't know what. So I can do a lot of things better. I'm my own worst critic, and that's what helps me go forward. And I'm coming in shape. I know I will be able to go all the distance. I just need to make sure that apart from going all the rounds, that I can box with him on the same technique level that he has. I just need to improve my skills, and that's what I've been working on these past 4 years. You know me. And then it is what it is. I want to get this over with.
It's so great to indirectly here. Well, the respect you have for each other is second to none. Okay, it's great to have that respect. Where you're saying about his technical ability, him saying about your having respect for you, for your determination. So this fight undoubtedly is going to be an amazing fight. The trilogy, I think, is going to be. I think I'm excited more than you guys for this fight. But Scott, before we move on, where can you see yourself going from here? Let's say Christian gets the result here. Okay, where can you see yourself going? I know now you're just, you're on autopilot. You want to do as much as you can. It's a shame we threw away 4 years.
This game's gave me, God's gave me a lot of grace with this game. Listen, at one point I'm not going to be able to box any longer. When he says it's time, then it's time. I will accept that with a humble spirit, and we move on to the next thing. I'll stay in the fight game. I'll be training people, but hey, I'm going out with a blaze of glory here, Because
I know you're not a guy who hold back your words. You did say to me a couple of weeks ago, Dem, I've got lots of fights. I want to fight everybody.
Yeah, no, still. Even if I get beat, I'll still fight.
Doesn't matter. You're going to go out fighting.
It's still in you. It's not a light switch that you switch off, The fire's always in your belly, if you like, I can never say if I lose this fight.
So are we going to see the likes of Brendan and maybe Richard?
Listen, what did I say? What did I say to you last week?
Yeah, exactly.
I said me and Coqqos are going to box because I was going to box a couple of guys before, but now that the pandemic and how things have not kind of leveled out, then we jump in the queue, we fight, we get it over. We're sportsmen. Win or lose, we shake hands at the end. We move on to the next one. I can't. It'd be too harsh to say, if I lose, I'm not fighting again, because that's childish.
No, of course it is.
You know what I mean? We'd probably fight another twice. You don't know.
Yeah, well, they're there.
It's true.
If the demand is
his
there,
game is a bagel, I'm game is a bagel. So hey, you know what I mean? We write our own stories, don't we?
Exactly.
And fighters fight. What did I say to you before, Charles? Fighters fight. Don't matter who you are. You fight. Fighters fight each other. Oh, he's my friend. Rubbish. Don't work like that. It's business, not personal.
I'm just going to take a couple of words from you both, and so I can end this, and we'll finish up. Obviously, the public are getting excited about this as much as I am. I want to do more of these shows. Even if it's once a week. It's pushing towards get the local public involved in it. Okay, lads. I've got a lot of respect for both of you. Well, for everybody who goes in the ring, you've got to have respect, And you two guys are doing an amazing job. The training, helping out the kids out there in the sun, as you can see. You both
Scottish.
You both got the sun. Scottish.
If you don't believe me, I'll give you a brief up. I'll give you a brief up.
So I really do take my hat off to you both for being out there in the sun. Making ends meet, and this is what it's all about. This is your job, this is your livelihood. This is what pays your rent and puts your dinner on the table for your families.
I'm gonna do the business. That's it. And if I don't do the business, it ain't for the lack of trying. But like I say, God's grace, God will, it's in His hands. We take it from there.
Thank you.
I respect Coqqos. May the best man win.
Thank you, Scott. Christian, a closing few words.
Tune in, guys. Tune in. It's gonna be a war. It's gonna be a masterclass. It's gonna be a good fight. And he believes he's going to do the business. I believe I own the business.
Exactly. 10 rounds of great boxing, ladies and gentlemen. So just without further ado, let's do a little face-off, a social distance face-off. This is a new era, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a new one. I've never done one of these before.
Let's stand here, mate.
What's the distance?
There's the 2 meters. Well done, lads. Don't miss this fight. Tune in. Thanks very much.
Bro.